Hi, my name is Jennifer Vallejo, and I will be presenting Vallejo's no-kill shelter. So some of the reasons that I decided to open up my own shelter was because I read up on some statistics that were very unsettling to me. I learned that there are only about 5,000 shelters in the United States, and annually there's 6.5 million animals, cats and dogs, in shelters at a time. Um, that's hard to take in because I myself have 5 dogs, and I would take in more if I could. And I also learned that 2 million animals get euthanized every year due to overpopulation or just because they're sick. Um, and out of the rest of the numbers, there's only about 3.2 million that get adopted. And I feel like each animal should have a home, um, someone to care for them at least. And so that's what made me open up my shelter. Next, we're going to focus on what Vallejo's No Kill Shelter offers. We have a great team of veterinarians. They come in every week to check up on our animals and make sure everyone's doing okay. Um, Alongside the vets, we do have our employees. Um, they focus on our animals, but more kind of tell or show volunteers what they can do to help. Our employees take on a lot of paperwork just because we have such a large community, and our volunteers do most of the animal work. So each volunteer has 4 or 5 animals that they focus on at a time. They're each their responsibility, and it gives all of our animals undivided attention. So that's what I really like to focus on. Next, we're going to focus on where we are located. So we have one very large location northwest of Houston, and it's a lot of land, so all the animals have enough room to grow and play and just have fun. We do have 4 receiving locations, one in central Houston, one in central San Antonio, central Dallas, and central Austin. So we call them receiving locations because that's where people really kind of not surrender, but tell us, like, hey, we have this animal, we found them, and we don't know what to do with them. We do take surrenders. It's a very lengthy process because we want to make sure that the animal and the person would benefit from this. We don't want to separate families, and we do help support people who can't keep their animals just because I don't. It's like taking a baby from their family, and I wouldn't want to do that. Next, how we fund our organization. Most of the most of the money comes from our owners, just because this was something that they believed in and agreed with me in, and we all decided to open it together. We don't work in the actual shelter. We work to provide for the shelter. And if it doesn't come from us, it definitely comes from our supporters. Everyone has heard our story, and it's so much easier when you're able to show people what you're doing is for a good cause, and then they believe it too and they begin to support you. So a lot of it definitely helps when it comes from our supporters. We do have volunteering, and we have a screening process for each person who wants to volunteer, just to make sure that each person is the right fit for us and the animals. We want someone who's gonna have time on their plate, someone who is very calm. That way, our animals don't feel anxious around these people. So it's a lengthy process, but it's definitely for the best. We do have an open schedule. We at the 100-acre location are open 24 hours, just because our volunteers are in and out all the time. They come in when they can, and we appreciate that. So we want to open it to them as much as possible. And we're always looking for more volunteers. We are taking in new animals every day, and it's just best that we have all hands on deck, rather than not rather than our volunteers or employees leaving because they're not happy. And if you're a student and you'd like to volunteer with us, just know that we do give credit for the hours. So, you know, go to our website, hit our volunteer button, and apply. So, lastly, what you can do to help. Um, People have always asked me, like, what can I do to help you and your company? The thing is that people, the animals that do get surrendered or that we do end up receiving are because people don't really understand how much work an animal can be. Um, I know that some people get animals for their kids, like a birthday gift or something. But animals are lifelong work. They're alive for what feels like forever. And when they feel like they can't take care of them, they just let them on the streets or give them up to shelters. And so just be mindful of what you can tackle in your own daily life. Another way you can help us is to call us to give us feedback. What can we do better? What can we improve? And we do listen to each and every single feedback that is given to us. And lastly, what you can do to help us is to donate. We do put the money towards things that do help us. It's not like it goes directly to the employees or the higher ups. It goes to the animals. So that's about it. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks.